Hi, organizers. Welcome back to At Home with Charlease. I'm Charlease, and I have a dream of an organized home. Let's get started. The last time we got together, we tackled this cabinet, and we ended up with two completely empty shelves. And I have decided that I'm going to put all things coffee and tea supplies on these two shelves. What do you think? Currently, my coffee supplies are in this cabinet. Brace yourself, it hasn't been organized yet. Okay, my coffee and my coffee filters, that sort of stuff is all up here. And there's also some tea items probably behind that. I have some tea items in this bag, and as you can see, I have some Keurig pods, the K-cup pods down here, and there's stuff here. So I'm gonna pull out everything that's coffee and tea related. See what I'm gonna keep, see what I'm gonna get rid of, and we'll see if we can't get this organized. So I went through all of my cabinets and I found that I had coffee and tea related items in at least three different cabinets and some things out on the counter in these two containers. Let me show you what I got. I got a bunch of these coffee. I guess you could, there's some sort of filters. They filter the water or something in our regular coffee pot, not the Keurig. And then I had all of these K-cups. And we normally use creamer, liquid creamer, but every now and then the occasion comes up for whatever reason and we need the dry stuff. So I have that. And this goes with the Keurig so that you can use loose coffee when you don't have the K-cups. Here's our coffee. And there are coffee filters. And I even had a little bit of instant coffee and coffee bags. You know, sometimes things happen. Also, I found some hot chocolate that I don't have any idea how long it's been up there. So for sure, I'll be getting rid of those because I don't know how long that's been. And this is something else that I'm going to get rid of. It's ginger, but I have no idea how long that it's been up there. Here's some, what kind of tea is this? It's hot cinnamon sunset. This is pretty tasty. Yeah, my daughter-in-law introduced me to that. And then I was on a Tivana craze there for a while. So there's tea there. There's tea in there. And then there are all these different teas, loose teas from Tivana. But you know, I've had them so long, I'm not sure that I should even use them. So I'll smell them or whatever and decide if I'm gonna keep them. And then I have these Tivana filters. Okay, and on my counter, I had this little container for tea, and I keep the tea bags in it that I use a lot, and I'll probably continue to do that. But then I had this second container with more tea, so I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna find a different way to house my tea bags, and I may be able to use the container for something else. Because even though you see that says tea, if I wanted to keep it on the counter with something else in it, I could just turn it around, you know? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go through this stuff and decide what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of. I've purged my tea and coffee supplies, and this is what I'm left with. I kept one of the loose Tivana teas, and I kept it because it hadn't even been opened. And I also kept the Tivana filters. Okay. I took these tea bags out of that red container and I'm going to use that container for something else. And I'm going to put my tea container back on the counter with the teas in it that I drink most often. I need to get some more ground cinnamon. And I didn't show you before, but I have some, what do they call this? Rock sugar, which is great in tea. And then I have a couple of my Tivana teas that I smelled. I even brewed one and it was fine. I think it's because it was in a container within a container within a container. And I'm keeping that hot cinnamon. Okay. And over here, these filters, I don't know why we have so many, but anyway, my husband makes the coffee in the morning, so I'm going to ask him if there's any reason we need to keep all of these, but I won't throw them out until he takes a look at them. And this coffee I got on one of my Caribbean cruises, and I need to drink it. But you know, the way I had things, I didn't even know where it was. And then there's our regular coffee that we put in the coffee maker when my husband does. Coffee filters and the loose coffee and coffee tea bags. And these are the two things that were left once I purged my Keurig stuff. Okay, so that's all my coffee and all my tea supplies. Now, let's see if we can't get these things organized on those two shelves. Now, I don't know about this. I may have to do something different, but we'll see. My K-cup holder was too tall for either one of those shelves, so I had to house it in this bottom cabinet where it was. But this works just fine because the Keurig is actually sitting on this cabinet. Okay, organizers, let's see what we ended up with. All right, I'm going to stand up on this stool so you can really see. That's all things coffee. Works perfectly well. And I put all of my tea things in baskets because it makes it so convenient to be able to just pull out a basket to get what you want. This has my Tivana loose tea and the rock sugar in it, and my extra tea bags. And the other one has Tivana and that cinnamon tea, that hot cinnamon tea that I love so much, that I'll actually drink now. Okay, let me step down so you can see it. Okay, we got tea at the top, coffee, and then all of our vitamins and over-the-counter meds. I'm pretty pleased with the way this turned out. All right, guys. I think I'm ready to have a cup of coffee. Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with me again for another organizational project. Next time, I think we're going to tackle this. And you see, we got some space up here now. So, all right. We don't want to end on that note. My coffee, my coffee, my coffee. Ah, love, love, love my coffee and my tea. Bye, guys. See you next time.